Hammers up, everyone. Towley here. We are going to go balls deep, boys, into professions. Not really so much, but today we're discussing blacksmithing. Definitely going to try to cover as many of the, I would say, as completed professions in the Shadowlands Alpha. I think blacksmithing is pretty completed, but it's really broken. So let's take a look at what we got. I started off by making a bunch of ceremonious gear, which is your green gear, level 100. Now, there's this whole new optional reagent system that we have in Shadowlands, where it just kind of takes away the RNG element of, of crafting that we've seen in the past couple expansions, like of the Aurora, of the Peerless, of the this, of the that. And, everyone just kind of hates it. Can I get a hammers up in the comments as you're actually watching this video where you're like, fuck, man, I've spent like 2 million gold re-rolling my goddamn fucking rings and my trinkets or whatever. Not trinkets, so much your rings as a jewel crafter, just to get the right stats. And then you gotta go to the scrapper, scrap and get materials back, buy more materials, farm more materials. It's so stupid. But now it's more controlled. So if I were to build or craft this ceremonious helm, it'll give me 2 random stats, right? But if I were to maybe, let's say, specify a stat, that makes it way better. You see what I'm saying? It'll even tell you up top what you're going to get. It'll even tell you. It's like a preview. It'll be like, oh, crit verse, mastery versatility. And you can see what you're about to build. And not only can you specify the stats in the gear, cater to your spec and your class and your play style. You also have bonus effects. Like you could put in stuff like movement speed and extra skill up when crafting, and flasks last longer. And then scribes can actually make you these marks that increase the item level of your gear. Now, certain pieces of gear, you can put certain things. So I've noticed that with the breastplate, I can put a socket in my breastplate, but I can't put a socket in my pauldrons. In my waist guard, I can't put a socket either. So it seems like right now, I can put some in my legs, but not in my helm. So I'm not sure if that's done yet. But so basically, once you're done with all of this, you specify your stats, you give it a bonus effect, give it a socket, increase the item level if you want, and then you obviously got to have the ore to do it, and then you craft. And then that's that. I think this has been like the best style crafting system we've seen in WoW in a long ass time, because all of these things come from different crafters or different professions. Therefore, they will be able to, you're going to benefit a lot from being like a scribe or a blacksmith or a jewel crafter. And it's going to be great. I can't wait to see how this goes. And I believe runes come from jewel crafting. I cannot confirm that. Oh, I'm a jewel crafter. Hold on. I just see. This is a deadly jewel cluster. Mass prospecting, necklaces, rings. I don't even know. Maybe not. I don't know. I thought that it was these guys that do it or whatnot. I mean, you can even see right now, like, Elementium settings. An optional crafting reagent that when crafted into armor adds a socket. Well, we'll get into jewel crafting once I level that up and I learn more about it. So I was able to build 2 initial pieces of loot here, or 2 sets of gear. Then we have reinforced girdle, which allowing the wearer to retain their well-fed buff when slain in an arena or battleground. So you can just make one of those. You got your keys for your opening of 600 lockpicking. A couple of shields, and then here are the reagents for different things. Now, Shadow Gas Ignite. I call them Ignites. I love calling them Ignites. Create a Shadow Gas Ignite, which is used to create equipment that can be imbued with legendary powers. Now, I'm not that far yet, but I was able to create 2 of them because all you need is 1 ore from each zone. So I think Selenium, whatever. That's Bastion. Sinvir is Revendreth, Phaedrum ore is Ardenweald, and Oxian ore is Maldraxxus. So I haven't seen what those do yet. Here's all your weapons. Right now, the models are definitely not done. They're pretty much old school models. Some of the green gear looks like it's pretty much done, as in like the transmog or your starter shit. Then you got your weapon mods, man. Shaded weight stones, sharpening stones, making that comeback. I like it, man. I'm excited. Now, what haven't I learned yet? A lot of shit. So I learned bone grafted breastplates. These are still all 165. These look like they're actual armor from each area. Like Sin Steel seems to be a. Can I see this? Seems to be, well, this is supposed to be Revendreth. You know, bone grafted. Still, yeah, all the models are still BFA. Yeah, it seems like you can craft the gear from each area, but they're still 165. So I'm not sure if that's just for transmog purposes or whatever. And then specialized armor is what I'm seeing here is the shadow gas stuff. So I think these are the legendaries. You know, create a piece of plate armor that is worthy of being infused with the power necessary to become a legendary item. All right, so that seems like it has a couple of ranks. You know, it doesn't really say much of a difference in between each rank. Probably not much is known, but you do need your shadow gas ignits and enchanted Elythium bars, which, frankly, I have no idea where those are going to come from. So there's definitely a lot missing, but in general, I just wanted to give you guys an idea of how the professions are working right now for crafting gear. And, you know, and I guess we would call this, you know, Shadowlands Professions 1.0. Obviously, once we get to the beta, this might actually open up and be more intense, a lot more depth to it. Oh, and right now it's completely broken. Every time I craft gear, it gives me like quadruple stats. So let me give you some examples here in my inventory. Like these beautiful bracers that have 4 fucking stats. You know, so I put crit and haste, right? But then it just gave me mastery and verse anyway. Triple stats there, triple stats there, triple stats there. And then some of the stats are like they go up by double. Like, I think if you put verse here and verse is going to proc, it'll give you like 45 plus 45. So it'll give you like 90 of the one stat. This is my favorite piece right here. Because I was able to put in 2 stats and then put in the socket and actually crafted the whole entire thing. So this is like God mode fucking chess piece. But obviously it's not supposed to work this way at all. FYI. Okay. Oh, and also to note, skill ups are very different. So I'm wearing 3 pieces of gear that give me skill ups. Now you can craft these, I believe. I think for let's see, does it work for bonus effects here? Yeah, get a chance to get extra skill up when crafting. Yeah, so you can wear 3 pieces. Only shoulders, belt, and bracers can actually get this. But for every piece you wear, you get a chance to go up by, like, so if I were to craft, let's say my blacksmithing was set to 50 out of 100, right? I craft this ceremonious breastplate. I hit create. What's going to happen is it's going to go up by either 1 or it could go up by up to like 2 or 3 because you have the better chance from the gear, which will make, I mean, people are going to come up with like day 1, first 10 minutes, how to get to max. And right now I think there's a bug. I'm pretty sure it's a bug on the alpha where you can actually get the skill up procs from your gear. Actually works for gray items. So you know how you sometimes ignore gray items and you just go for like the top shit? Yeah, now you can actually, like, I crafted, I think, like, I went from, I believe, 89 to 100 by crafting 23 lazurite gray skeleton keys. So it's a little broken. Not sure that's the way it's supposed to work. But anyway, look, I want to hear your guys' thoughts. I want you to tell me what you think about crafting in Shadowlands. Like, do you like these changes? Is it maybe the beginning of a, you know, something new? Is this a good start to try and bring, you know, life back into the professions and WoW that we've missed so much from like vanilla BC, Wrath, and even I thought Legion professions were pretty awesome too with the quest lines. And it seems like there's a lot here that we don't know about. So this is also pretty awesome. I'm glad that we're kind of in the dark here because I can't wait till beta shows us a lot more. Thank you all for watching. You can always catch me on the streams, twitch.tv/Towley. Or you can just subscribe to my YouTube and I'll just keep trying to make as many videos as possible. Or leave in the comments which profession you want me to take a look at next. Peace.